Hi everyone, we're here at the Boat, and no matter what kind of music you like, you'll be proud to meet who we believe are the next king and queen of Canadiana. Now you guys have shared the stage, toured together, worked on your respective projects. Was this the next logical step for you to actually collaborate as a duo?
Yeah, I mean, we'd been playing unofficially with each other for so long, and more we became so reliant on each other's music and performances and even recording sessions. We were just so intertwined in each other's work that it just seemed like the most obvious thing for us to do.
What about music genres? Because there are some similarities in the folk genre, the roots, a little bit of a country feel to it. How do you work that and blend it together?
Well, I mean, I think you raise an interesting point. We do share a lot of common ground. You know, people often say, "What if they've never heard us, and if we bump into somebody somewhere, what do you do while we're musicians? Or what kind of music do you make?" Those are always sort of tough questions.
I think we should have an answer for that by now. We're always like, I don't know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
In our case, you know, we make music that includes the blues, and it includes country, and it includes rock and roll, but I don't think it could be singularly defined as any one of those things alone.
One day you're gonna miss me.
This is a different energy, and it's a different synergy, and work ethics are different when you work with a band or when you collaborate as opposed to really just working the two of you.
Yeah.
Is it that different?
Yeah, I mean, we're married, so that's an interesting aspect of it too, because you know, we're not only married musically, we're actually married. So you know, we have a musical relationship and we have a romantic relationship. For us, it was a great way for us to be together and tour together and keep it simple as a duo.
Now, because you kind of have to merge two fan bases,
yeah.
Technically, to a certain extent, taking some of yours, at least one of your songs, and one of your very amazing songs on one of the albums as well, and reorganizing it, recreating a different sound around it.
I think Broken's a really great example of that, because initially it's a song I had written, but it needed a facelift, and it was sort of an exercise for Melissa and I to see what's it going to be like if we're a band. We need to write together. And up to that point, we've written independently. Mm-hmm. I mean, we might pick on each other. Like, she might say, well, that's a terrible song, you can't record that. And I would take that seriously. I would take that seriously, and it doesn't bother me in the least.
You've done something that I hadn't seen before, live rehearsals. Can you tell us a little bit about that, where you actually invite people to a rehearsal?
Yeah. It was terrifying, first of all, let me say, because
well, more people showed up than we thought were going to.
I mean, I honestly thought, because we live in Hamilton, Ontario, and you know, we thought, let's just go to like the local bar, and we won't announce it, we won't tell anyone, we'll just set up and just, you know, there will be a couple people there. And the first one, I think, was in Waterloo, and at this great little bar called the Jane Bond. And so we set everything up, and then we went into the back room, and when we peeked out, it was packed. It was
And you said you didn't
packed.
tell anyone?
I think word got out, obviously. It ended up being a really fun thing for the audience and for us. Like I said, I was terrified when I saw everybody there. I'm like, we're not ready for this. But you know, we went out there and we did it, and it was actually a really cool thing, because we would mess up. We would, halfway through a song, we would stop and we would start over. Or, you know, we'd say, let's do this whole song again. We need to work on that. Or, you know, we'd explain to the audience what's going on. So this didn't work because we have to do this and that, and this all has to work together. And I think it was really interesting for the audience to be in on that, to be a part of that.
And we can see the finished product. Yes. On February 24th.
February 24th at the Winter Garden Theatre
in Toronto.
Whitehorse's album is available now. We'll see you again next month.
Surprise.